Good evening and welcome to the Manchester Basketball Centre. We've got some WNBL D2 action for you today, where we've got the Manchester Mystics taking on the Derbyshire Diamonds. So Manchester are currently sitting at second place in the standings behind Stockport. They're on 9 wins, 5 losses. Had a tough loss yesterday to Sheffield Hatters, 82-59, so double-header weekend for the Mystics. And Derbyshire currently at 7th, 4-10. They had a 4-point loss to the Derby Trailblazers last weekend, 83-79. They were led by Charlie Levitt, who had 22 points, and Kendall James, who had 16. The last time these two teams met up was in December. The Mystics took that one 59-54, and Maddie Owen had 14 for the Mystics, Helena Palmer with 15 for the Diamonds. So we're just a couple of minutes away from tip-off, and we'll get things underway soon. So teams just having a last minute pep talk from the coaches. We've got Derbyshire in purple today and the Mystics will be in red. Getting close to the end of the season now for WNBL D2. The Mystics just have one game left after this one against Tees Valley next weekend. So they'll be looking to get into keep staying in the top 4 so they get through to the playoffs. I'm Caroline Bullock. I will be here all game. You can catch me on the Manchester Mystics live stream from Bellevue when the Mystics are playing, and I'll be bringing you the rest of the Mystics home games for the rest of the season. So Mystics starting 5 will be Charlie Rowe, Rebecca Bellis, Lucy Throwfall, Lilia Toland, and Niamh Kelshaw. Niamh having played WBBL this season for the Newcastle Eagles earlier in the season and joined the Mystics just a few weeks ago. So starting 5 for Derbyshire Diamonds: Charlie Levitt, Kendall James, Lauren Lindsay, Helena Palmer and Ellis Clayton. And Kendall James is going to be one of the players that the Mystics want to watch today, leading the team in scoring so far. So tip is up and we're up. Levitt goes inside for the Diamonds, gets that one to finish. First points on the board for Derbyshire. So Charlie Rowe for the Mystics. Charlie also playing WEABL this season and has had some time with the Manchester Met Mystics in the WBBL. Her shot's no good. Derbyshire with the rebound. And James is there, guarded by Rowe. Crossover, drives baseline, passes in, and she's just going to step out of bounds on that one, so it'll go back with the Mystics. Three's up for the Mystics, that's no good, doesn't drop. Derbyshire again with the break. And Levitt's going to go. Loses control, Mystics coming back with it. Tolan goes up, and that's going to be charging foul on the Mystics, so ball's back with Derbyshire. So Ellis Clayton with the ball for the Diamonds. Over to Lindsay, hands it off to James. James passes inside. Back out, nice pass into the corner. Baseline drive, Clayton's there, calls for it, puts it up, and nothing but net on that one. 4-0, Diamonds lead, 8:30 to go in the first quarter. Bellis drives to the basket for the Mystics. Puts it up, and she's going to head to the foul line. So the Mystics with a bit of a shorter bench today. Not the full roster. Missing a few players. And having played yesterday, it's a tough couple of days for them. But they're a tough team, and they're used to playing a lot of these younger players as well. They get a lot of basketball in during the week. Now, 1 or 2 from the line for the Mystics. Gets their points on the board today. So James, inside to Levitt. Hands it off. Spin move, Levitt gets it back, puts it back, gets her own rebound, and she's going to get fouled, so she's going to head to the line. And Levitt with 22 points in Derbyshire's last game against Derby. So Levitt's going to shoot 2. Basket's good. As she goes 1 or 2 from the line. So James on the dribble for the Diamonds. Clayton passes inside. Shots up, no good. Blocked. Derbyshire get it back. Blocked again. Rebecca Bellis with a couple of nice blocks there. Charlie Rose coming on the attack. Steps through, puts it up. She's going to head to the line. And Charlie Rowe is such a quick player, so quick to get to the basket, and the way she's able to get inside once she's under the basket, you've got to foul her or she's going to drop that in. And Charlie also another player playing WEABL this season, as she hits the first. And the second, 2 or 2 from the line for Charlie Rowe. Brings the Mystics back to within 2. So Rowe on James. James spins. Kicks it out to Palmer. Levitt gets it back. Oh, nice pass to Clayton from the baseline. Quick baseline jumper from Ellis Clayton. Bellis gets it back to Rowe. Kelshaw's shot is up. That one's no good. Bellis manages to keep it inbounds almost. Oh no, she's going to step outside. Some good hustle from Rebecca Bellis. So we're going to have a timeout, Mystics. And 7-3 is the score. 7 minutes to go in the first quarter. So Derbyshire coming out really strong, getting the ball inside to Charlie Levitt as well. So that's going to be a matchup that the Mystics really need to try and focus on. Try and stop that pass inside to Levitt. The Mystics, as we know, they're a team that can shoot the three, especially when you've got players like Charlie Rowe. So they're going to want to look at what works for them, you know, get the ball round, moving outside. Also a team that can get inside with players like Charlie Rowe, Hannah Alty, Holly Bryan. But they're going to need to try and close down that inside shot for Derbyshire. So our team's coming back on court. Holly Bryan's into the game for the first time for the Mystics, and Lucy Threlfall. So Clayton to inbound, hands it off to James. Back to Clayton, needs to get it over the timeline. Some really good pressure defense from the Mystics here. Holly Bryan's all over her. Clayton steps through. She's not going to get the basket, but she's going to get the foul call, so she's going to head to the line. And coming out of that timeout, Mystics just putting on the pressure there as the Diamonds trying to get the ball over the line. That's what a lot of the Manchester teams are known for, the pressure defense. We saw it with the Magic last night. As Ellis Clayton hits her first and her second, gives the Diamonds a 6-point lead. Kelshaw passes over to Rowe. Rowe put the jumper, that's no good, into the hands of Derbyshire. Lindsay to Clayton. Palmer puts it up and just nails that one. Rowe to Bryan. Oh, loses control. James comes up with it, and that's just knocked out of bounds there by the Diamonds, so that's going to stay with the Mystics. So Scarlett Lindsay into the ball game for the Mystics, as Rebecca Bellis will head to the bench. So end-line Row to inbound. Oh, nice floater from Lucy Threlfall. She's going to get the foul call on that one, but nice move to get to the basket there. So she's going to head to the line. First free throw just bounces out. And second one won't go either. So Clayton for the Diamonds. Passing it round. Lindsay going against Bryan. Hands it off to Levitt. Kicks it out. Lindsay gets it back. Shot's a bit short. And that's going to be a 3-second violation on Derbyshire. So ball is with the Mystics. So Bryan hands it off to Rowe. Bryan to Lindsay. Rowe gets it back, swings it round. Kelshaw kicks it out. Shots up, Threlfall's three is no good. And Lindsay gets a hand on it, but she's going to just knock it out of bounds. So again, back with the Diamonds. 11-3 Diamonds lead, 5:31 to go in the first quarter. Both teams on 3 fouls so far. As Rachel Sykes gets ready to check into the game for the Diamonds. Oh, Clayton drives all the way, doesn't get that one to go, ball's loose, and we've got a jump ball call. Going to go the way of the Mystics. So Rachel Sykes into the game as Helena Palmer will take a rest. Charlie Rowe controlling things for the Mystics. She's guarded by Clayton, hands it over to Kelshaw. Kelshaw drives, kicks it out, Rowe gets it back. Rowe spins, she's met by 2 Diamonds players, over to Brian, kicks it back out, Rowe gets it back, 3 is up, Charlie Rowe, and, in and out on that one, just unlucky. And that's a shot that Charlie Rowe likes to take. Levitt to James, James with a nice finish. Takes the Diamonds to a 10-point lead. Ryan to Kelshaw, and ball's loose, and Diamonds come up with it. So Clayton's going to keep that one in. Over to James. Thought about the 3, faked it, drives, and it's going to be a foul on the floor. So Megan Geegan coming into the game for the first time for Derbyshire. Lauren Lindsay's going to head to the bench. So Clayton's going to inbound, passes it to James. Geegan back to James. 7 on the shot clock. Geegan for 3. That shot's no good, and into the hands of Holly Bryan for the Mystics. Lindsay passes over, kicks it out. Rowe's going to try the 3 again, and that one is good. Nothing but net on that for Charlie Rowe. When that shot's falling for Charlie, she's a really tough player to stop. It's going to be a travel on James. Tough defense from the Mystics, force a turnover. And Lindsay. Kelshaw to Bryan. She's going to drive, kicks it out. 3 is up again, and back-to-back 3s for the Mystics. Some great possessions, 2 3s and forcing a turnover. That's what you want to see from the Mystics, being able to get back into this game from being 10 points down. James alone under the basket, can't get that one to fall. Kelshaw and Rowe 3 on 2. Kelshaw's going to run into traffic as the Diamonds come away with that one. That's going to be a quick foul on Neve Kelshaw. So Lucy Bentall coming into the game for Derbyshire as Kendall James goes to the bench. And Lucy Bentall playing for the Leeds Force team quite a few years ago, 2013 to 15. Some experience for that team there. So 13-9, 3 minutes 5 to go in the first quarter. Manchester have done a very good job coming back from 10 points down early on. A couple of back-to-back 3s, forcing a turnover, playing some tough defence, and that's what they're going to need to do. They're going to need that three shot to drop and play that tough defence, the pressure defence that we know the Mystics are known for, and the Magic, a bit of an ethos in the Manchester Basketball Centre here. Play tough, hard-nosed defence, force turnovers, get under the skin of your opponent when you're playing that defence. And Derbyshire out to a quick lead behind the play of Charlie Levitt and Kendall James. So Derbyshire are next at home against Nottingham next weekend, Sunday the 13th, and the Mystics' final home game will be against Tees Valley, also on the 13th at 5 p.m. So we'll bring you that live again as well. So teams coming back on the court. Caitlin Doohan into the game for the first time for the Mystics. As Ellis Clayton is going to be shooting 2 after that last foul on Kelshaw. Nails both. That's going to take her to 4 points in the game, and Diamonds to a 6-point lead with 3 minutes to go in the first quarter. So Rowe for the Mystics kicks it over, pass just a bit too strong for Duhan, and that's going to go the way of the Diamonds. There's going to be a foul on Scarlett Lindsay for the Mystics, as Megan Geoghegan takes a bit of a tough fall. So Helena Palmer coming back into the game for the Diamonds. And just while teams check she's okay, the Mystics will just regroup, have a chat about what they need to do. So I think they're going to want to keep putting the pressure on what we've seen. That open shot when they can swing the ball around and get Charlie Rowe open for the 3 is something that's worked, and they're going to want to keep looking at doing that. So Lindsay's going to be shooting 2 at the line after that last foul on the Mystics. First shot doesn't fall. Second one's good. 16-9 Diamonds lead. Rowe gets it back off the screen. Lindsay inside to Brian. Rowe gets it back, 6 to shoot. She drives, and there's going to be a foul on the floor. So that's only the 4th team foul on Derbyshire. So going to be end line at Mystics ball. So a fresh 14 for the Mystics. Duhan to inbound, over to Rowe. Lindsay passes inside. Threlfall gets it. And pass is going to be knocked away. So some tough defence there from Derbyshire, forcing the turnover from the Mystics. And going to get it back with 2:24 to go in the first quarter. So ball gets loose, but the Mystics come away with it. Charlie Rowe passes over. Threlfall's there underneath, and pass is just too strong, and it's going to go back again with the Diamonds. Mystics doing a good job of forcing the turnover and getting the ball, but just need to finish on the offensive side as Rebecca Bellis gets ready to come back in for Manchester. And Lucy Threlfall is going to take a seat. And Rebecca Bellis with a couple of blocks in the game already. A really tough defensive player. Saw it a couple of weeks ago against the Hatters, making some big defensive plays. Just as she steals the ball there as soon as she's come on. Hands it out to Rowe. Rowe thought about the 3. Kicks it over, Duhan. Lindsay, Rowe gets it back. 3 is up for Charlie Rowe, and that one doesn't fall. Brian manages to tap it and keeps it alive, so it'll stay with the Mystics. Duhan over to Rowe. Lindsay. Duhan swinging it round. Shots up, and it's no good, but rebounds taken away by Lindsay for Derbyshire. She's trapped. Lindsay's there, puts up the floater, can't get it to drop, but she's going to head to the line. And a really, really good possession there from Manchester to trap the break, not let Derbyshire get out on the transition and into the run. Trap the player with the ball, force a turnover. So Lindsay's first shot's at the line. That one won't go. She's shooting 62% in the WNBL this season from the line. Nice, can't get that one to drop either. And that one will be off the hands of Brian. So Derbyshire ball with 1:26 to go. Derbyshire with a 7-point lead in the first quarter. And Mystics putting on the full court press again. Clayton gets it. It's a bit of a kick on that one. So end line ball. Clayton's going to inbound. Sykes driving, bit too strong, manages to get her own rebound, too strong again, and into the hands of Rebecca Bellis. And Bellis just always in the right place under the basket. Rose on the break, puts it up. Charlie Rowe with a layup in transition. And that's what Charlie Rowe loves, to shoot the three. She also loves to get out in transition and shoots the layup. I mean, I think Charlie Rowe just loves to play basketball. But we saw that a lot in the game against Sheffield. Charlie out in transition, she can finish under the basket. And she's such an integral part of this team, such a strong player with a really, really bright future. So after that foul, Clayton will shoot 2 again. Takes her to 5 points in the game. Second one doesn't drop, and who's there? It's Rebecca Bellis for the rebound. Bellis goes all the way, and can't get that one to drop. Really tough end-to-end play there from Rebecca Bellis. Mystics with a fresh 14, swings it round. 3 is up from Duhan. That doesn't go. Bellis again for the rebound. She's driving, spins, kicks it to Brian. Brian puts it up, banks it in. Mystics with the pressure again. Bentall over to Lindsay. Pass is just too strong under the basket. It's going to go back with Rowe. 18 seconds to shoot. Mystics can take the last shot of the quarter. Kelshaw puts the shot up. She's fouled, but she's going to go to the line. And Mystics really just setting up the energy and intensity in this last minute. Really, really good play from the team. Kelshaw is going to head to the line. And Neve, having that WBBL experience is so valuable for the team, playing at such a high level. And then coming back to Manchester. So she'll go 1 of 2 for the line. Brings the Mystics to within 3. So 10 seconds left in the quarter. Brian defending. Bellis is there for the turnover. She just steps over the line as she gets it. So 4.4 on the clock. Derbyshire probably want to get a catch and shot up here. Catch and shoot, sorry. But some really tough defense from the Mystics. Clayton, 3 to shoot, guarded by Rowe. Driving, puts it up. No good. That's not going to go. No foul call on that. So that will do it for the first quarter. 17-14. Derbyshire lead. Mystics with a really strong finish to the quarter. Some really, really tough defensive play from Rebecca Bellis, grabbing those rebounds, putting those pressure on. You know, she might not be a player that scores a lot of points, but she puts that work and that effort in that you don't always see on the score sheet, what we like to call the JLC, the Joe Leadham column. So at the end of the first quarter, Ellis Clayton has 5 points for the Derbyshire Diamonds. And Charlie Rowe has 8 for the Mystics. So Mystics with their penultimate game of the season today. They'll be back in action against Tees Valley next Sunday at 5 o'clock, and we'll bring you that game on the live stream before the playoffs start. So teams back on the court. Second quarter is underway. As Rowe's there on the break, puts it up, and great start to the second quarter. Charlie Rowe brings the Mystics within 1. Lindsay. Palmer puts it up. That doesn't go. And can't keep hold of that one, so going to stay Derbyshire end line ball. So Bental to the inbound. Clayton gets it. Driving baseline. Lindsay's there, spins, passes it out. Bental puts up the shot. That doesn't go. Palmer's going to get the rebound and kicks it out to Lindsay again. 10 on the shot clock. Shot is up and just spins out. Rebecca Bellis with another rebound. Over to Rowe. And Mystics with a chance to take the lead on this possession. And Kelshaw over to Rowe. Puts it up, and that three's no good. Bellis gets the rebound, turns, spins, just a bit too strong off the glass, but some great play from Rebecca Bellis today. Really, really tough, just grabbing those rebounds and putting the defence on. Clayton's guarded by Rowe. Bental back to Clayton. She's going to drive, kicks it to Lindsay. Nearly loses control, keeps it. Nope. Kelshaw's got it. Rowe's on the break. Rowe against Bental. She's going all the way. Charlie Rowe to take the lead. Takes the Mystics to a 1-point lead, and that's going to take Charlie Rowe to 10 in the game. Swings it round. Lindsay. Over to Palmer. Clayton gets it. Palmer inside. Sykes. Shots blocked by Bellis. I think I'm counting right. That's 3 for Rebecca Bellis. Swings it round to Rowe, who manages to leap outside but keep it in. She spins, goes baseline. There's going to be a foul. So first team foul for the Diamonds. As Ellis Clayton's going to head to the bench. Charlie Levitt, Kendall James, and Scarlett Bishai come in to the game. Rachel Sykes and Lucy Bental also heading to the bench for Derbyshire. Lucy Threlfall back in for the Mystics, as Holly Bryan will head to the bench. So endline Mystics ball. Mystics up by 1, 8 minutes to go in the second quarter. Kelshaw, pass it out to Threlfall. Rowe gets it. 3 is up, and that one's not going to go. Into the hands of Lindsay for the Diamonds. Nearly loses control of that one. James is there. She's going to drive, pulls up, and can't get that one to fall. That's a tough, unlucky shot to miss. Rowe against Levitt, mismatch there. Scoops it up and in. Charlie Rowe, what a performance. 2017. Kelshaw forces the turnover. Rowe's there again. Rowe to Kelshaw. Kelshaw off the glass, lays it in. And the Mystics starting out really strong in this second quarter, coming back from 10 points down in the first. Charlie Rowe just absolutely on fire today. 12 points in the game for her. She's hitting threes. She's getting in transition, just knocking down those layups. As the Mystics will force another turnover. So Bellis inbounds to Rowe. Rowe swings it to Bellis. Kelshaw. Bellis is going to try the 3, and that one doesn't go. Toland nearly grabs the rebound but can't quite get that. So Lindsay for the Diamonds is in control. Bishai guarded by Rowe. Swings it back to Lindsay. James. Inside. Brilliant pass inside. And that'll be finished by Helena Palmer. Oh, that one just spun out. Looked like it was so far down it wasn't going to come out again. Bellis just loses control and that's going to go off her foot. So timeout. Teams are going to talk it over at 22-17. Mystics lead behind at 12 points from Charlie Rowe. And really, really strong showing for this second quarter. Mystics are going to be really pleased with how they've come out. Really tough defence, and they're finishing on offence when they need to. They're getting those open looks as well, so they're getting into possession, able to swing the ball around the perimeter, find the open shot when Charlie Rowe's open, and then get the ball out on transition. The only thing they may be struggling with a little bit is going inside, just to the height difference they've got against Charlie Levitt for the Diamonds. But if they can keep working that transition play, keep moving the ball around the perimeter, that's what tends to work for them. And Derbyshire obviously want to capitalise on Charlie Levitt's height advantage, get the ball inside. They're coming against a tough opponent though in Rebecca Bellis on defence when she's under the basket. 3 blocks in the game, forcing the turnover and just playing that defence that just gets in the way and makes a shot really tough to get off. So teams back on court. 6:37 to go in the second quarter. First half. Bashai over to James, who's guarded by Rowe. Mystics are still picking up full court. Bashai gets it back. James is going against Rowe. Passes inside. Pass is nearly stolen away by Kelshaw, but Lindsay gets it off the foot of the Mystics. So sideline, Derbyshire ball. Lindsay inbounds to Levitt. Levitt's working inside, hands it off, ball gets loose, and Rebecca Bellis comes up with it again, of course. Bellis to Rowe. Inside, tough move, and she's going to head to the line, so Lilia Toland's going to head to the line. And shoot 2. And Lilia, another player playing WEABL this season, 8.8 points per game, 3.3 rebounds and 1.3 assists. So a lot of these Mystic players play together, not just in the D2 team, but in the WEABL team as well. Some of them have played together, on the youth teams, so familiar with each other, which really, really helps when you've played with players growing up as you come through the academy and know where they're going to be on court, which is something that's really important. So free throws don't fall for the Mystics on that one. And Levitt over to Bashai. Hands it off to James, who's guarded by Rowe. Bit of a miscommunication on that one as the Mystics come away with it. And Derbyshire, James. Just passes a bit too strong outside, and Mystics are going to get it back. Rowe to Bellis. Kelshaw, Bellis is driving, got a mismatch and can't get that one to fall. Shai's guided by Toland. James going against Rowe. Hands it out, and that is going to stay with the Diamonds as Rachel Sykes checks back into the game. And Helena Palmer is going to head to the bench. So Lindsay's going to inbound. Sykes hands it back to James. Just inside to Levitt. It's going to be a foul on the floor. It's going to be on Lucy Threlfall for the Mystics. Scarlett Lindsay checks back into the game, and Lilia Toland's going to take a seat. So Lindsay to James, and she's just going to step out of bounds on that one. It can be tough when you see courts like this. You've got so many lines all over the place, and if you're not used to knowing where to stand, it can be just quite easy to step out of bounds. So 5 minutes 6 to go. Mystics with a 5-point lead. Turned a 10-point deficit into a 5-point lead. Bellis hands it over to Rowe. Lindsay's in the corner, inside. It's knocked away, but it's going to stay with the Mystics. So Rowe working against Pashai. Hands it off. Bellis is going to try the jumper. That one doesn't fall into the hands of Levitt. And it's going to be a travel call. Scarlett Lindsay plays some really tough defence on Scarlett Bishai. So Rowe to Lindsay. Bellis hands it back to Rowe. Swings it round. Bellis tries to step inside, and that's going to be a travel call. So Caitlin Doohan is going to come in for the Mystics. Charlie Rowe's going to take a seat. Leading scorer for the Mystics so far with 12. As Helena Palmer is back in for... Sorry, Helena Palmer is headed to the bench. And Rachel Sykes is in. So James, guided by Doohan. Puts it up. That one's no good, doesn't fall. Kelshaw gets it. Threll falls on the break. Lucy Threlfall all the way. Lays it in. And another 2 points for the Mystics. Takes the Mystics to a 7-point lead. James hands it off. Bishai's going all the way. Kelshaw's going to take a tough charge. Threlfall to Kelshaw. Doohan in the corner. Back to Kelshaw. Threlfall's going to try the 3. That one doesn't quite go. Levitt gets the rebound. And back into the hands of James. Going to control things for the Diamonds. Lindsay inside. That pass is just going to get kicked out, so it's going to be with the Diamonds still. Ellis Clayton coming back into the game, and Scarlett Bishai will take a seat. Levitt with the easy lay-in. 24-19, Mystics lead. 3 minutes 8 to go in the second quarter. Bellis to Kelshaw. Skip pass over the top to Lindsay. Inside to Threlfall. Out, and it's tapped away by Kendall James. She's going to drive. Stops, pops, puts it down. Ellis Clayton thought about the shot. She drives. Hands it off. And that one won't go. Threlfall gets the rebound for the Mystics. Mystics coming back on the attack. Threlfall's not slowing down. She's going all the way. Steps through, but she can't get it to drop. But she'll head to the line. And Lucy Threlfall with some JUCO experience playing in Jacksonville. So again, another player playing at a very high level that used the competition. So Charlie Rowe back into the game. Niamh Kelshaw is going to take a seat for the Mystics. Charlie Rowe still leading all scorers for the Mystics with 12 points in the game. First shot's good for Threlfall. So is the second. 2-2 from the line for Lucy Threlfall. Takes the Mystics to a 7-point lead. And Helena Palmer back into the game for Derbyshire. Lindsay guided by Doohan. Pass inside. Manages to keep hold of it. James is going to put it up. Back into her hands. And she'll get the second one. Rowe over to Doohan. Lindsay, Rowe gets it back. Passes inside. Bellis puts it up. That one doesn't fall. And Derbyshire on the offence. Clayton over to James. Inside to Palmer. She's working against Bellis. Lindsay hands it off. Palmer gets it back. Tries to put the layup and she'll get it. Counts it and the foul. So she's going to head to the line for the chance at a 3-point play. Derbyshire back within 3. As Levitt's back on court. And Helena Palmer scored 15 points in the Mystics last matchup, last time these two teams met. And that is going to be a jump ball, which is Mystics ball. So Kendall James heading to the bench with 1:38 left in the first half. And Jodie Fisher into the game for the first time for Derbyshire. Rowe to Bellis. Rowe gets it back. Swings it round. Doohan's going to try the long 2. That doesn't go. Bellis gets the rebound. She's going to put it off the glass and in. Rebecca Bellis. Doing it on both ends of the floor today. Pass is not able to be kept inside, so going to go back the way with the Mystics. Rowe over to Lindsay. Lindsay gets out, put the 3 and hits. Scarlett Lindsay with a big 3 for the Mystics. Takes it to 31, a 23 Mystics lead with just under a minute to go in the first half. Fisher hands it inside to Levitt. Bryan's all over her. Clayton hands it off to Lindsay. 7 to shoot. Fisher, it passes inside. Levitt has it stripped away almost. No, manages to keep it. 1 second to shoot. Shot is up and no good, but bit of a miscommunication on the rebound in there because it's going to go back into the hands of the Diamonds. As Palmer, Fisher's alone under the basket, puts up the easy jumper, easy 2 for Jodie Fisher. 15 seconds in the half. Mystics going to get the last shot. 31-25. Rowe. Gets it to Bryan. 4 to shoot. Swings it round. 3 is up and that one's not going to fall, so that's going to do it for the first half. 31-25 Mystics lead, led by Charlie Rowe with 12 points so far in the game. Mystics come back from a 10-point deficit early in the first quarter to lead by 6 heading into the half. So we're going to take a quick break and we'll be back with you in around 10 minutes time. Okay, so we are back. Welcome back to the Manchester Basketball Centre. We're about to get the second half underway between the Manchester Mystics and the Derbyshire Diamonds. Manchester have a 31-25 lead as we head into the third quarter. And Charlie Rowe is leading the way for the Mystics with 12 points in the game so far. So Kendall James over to Lindsay. Clayton. Ball's got loose and that's going to be a jump ball call. And Rebecca Bellis again putting her body on the line trying to get the ball and force a turnover. Toland to Rowe, swings it round, Kelshaw gets it, shot is up and that one's not going to fall. Mystics still get the rebound and Kelshaw manages to keep that one in. It's going to be a foul on the floor against Ellis Clayton. Kelshaw driving, off the glass, can't get that one to drop. Levitt manages to get the rebound for the Diamonds. James guarded by Kelshaw. Swings it over, Lindsay manages to get that. Looked like she also wasn't expecting that one. Keeps it inside and the Diamonds are going to have the ball but with 5 seconds to shoot. Clayton, 3 to shoot. Levitt under the basket to Palmer. Palmer can't get it off. And that is going to be 24-second violation. Some tough defense from Lilia Toland there to stop the shot getting off. Row over to Toland. Bellis inside, that's stolen away by Clayton. And it's going to be foul on Lilia Toland. First team foul on the Mystics. Both teams on one foul so far this quarter. 8:46 to go in the third. Levitt gets it inside. Can't get that one to drop off the glass. Manages to get her own rebound though. Puts it in. Bellis is there. Bouncing up for the rebound. Rowe in transition. Oh, can't quite keep her hands on that one, but that's exactly the play that the Mystics like to do. Rowe's out and running on the break. She knows where she's going to be. Pass was just a bit too strong on that one. Clayton's doubles. Levitt gets it. Lindsay. James swings it round. Working against Toland. Inside to Palmer. That's tough. Kelshaw comes up with it. Rose going one-on-one against James. Steps through and can't get that one to drop. As the Diamonds come back on the attack. James inside. Her pass is knocked away. Going to stay with the Diamonds. Palmer to James. Thought about the shot, swings it around to Lindsay. Clayton gets it inside. Levitt working against 3 Mystics. She gets that one to drop. Takes the Diamonds to 27. Down 4. Rowe against James. Passes inside to Bellis. She steps through. She's come across 2 Diamonds. Rowe alone at the top for 3, doesn't get that one to fall. Bellis manages to keep that one with the Mystics, so that is going to be end line Mystics ball. Oh, actually I think they're going to talk this one over while they decide. Looks like it may have actually come off the Mystics, but Yep, call on the floor is it's Mystics end line ball. Rowe gets it to Kelshaw. Kelshaw puts up the little floater. Oh, brilliant shot from Neve Kelshaw. Takes the Mystics back to 6. 6-point lead. It's really tough pressure defense that the Mystics are putting on. As soon as the ball is in the hands of the Diamonds, they're just all over them. Kelshaw to Rowe. Threlfall's there underneath the basket. And Rowe just can't keep control of it. It's going to go outside. As Scarlett Lindsay is coming back into the game. Lilia Tolan's going to head to the bench. But Mystics just picking up this full court defence as well. Really, really putting the pressure on, just making it really tough for Derbyshire to get the ball. The breaking play where we look for a plaster. So James hands it off to Clayton. Look at these Mystics just full court. James gets it back. She's going all the way. Rebecca Bellis just in the way, stopping the shot. I'm so impressed with Rebecca Bellis and her performance today. Charlie Rowe hands it off to Threlfall. Steps through. Can't get that one to drop. That was a really tough shot. And Kendall James guarded by Kelshaw. Swings it round to Lindsay. Inside, pass is broken up. Kelshaw nearly forces the turnover, but Diamonds are going to get it back. Clayton steps through. Again, some great defence from Rebecca Bellis. And to be able to stand in the position she does and not cause the foul, she's just standing in the way so that the players have to go round her. She just makes it really difficult to get the shot off. As Lindsay intercepts that one, Kelshaw's come in, Rose on the break. Charlie Rowe again, and that's what she does. Charlie Rowe, 14 points in today's game. She had 18 last time against the Hatters. 35-27 Mystics lead with 6 minutes to go in the third quarter. Levitt puts up the mid-range jumper. That's good. Diamond's first points of the quarter. Bellis to Rowe, guarded by Clayton. Rowe swings it back round. Kelshaw. Rowe's there. Again, you can't leave her alone. 3 is up, and that is good. You can't leave Charlie Rowe alone like that. She's going to make you pay for it. 17 points in the game for Charlie Rowe. 38-29 Mystics lead. Lindsay, guarded by Lindsay. James's pass is knocked away. Threlfall comes away with it. 3-on-2 break. She's going to slow it down. And intercepted by James. Kendall James, 1-on-1. Fakes, and Kelshaw is that's going to be a foul, so James is going to head to the line. And Kendall James, leading scorer for Derbyshire this season. Had 16 against Derby in their last game. And first shot is good for her. Takes the Diamonds to 30 within 8. Second one, no good. Into the hands of Lucy Threlfall. Mystics coming back. Rose swings it round. Lindsay's there. Gets it back. Inside to Bellis. She's doubled. Hands it back out. 3 is up. That one's no good, but Bellis manages to keep it. Rowe gets it back. Thought about the 3, drives, steps inside, and the footwork of Charlie Rowe is something else. Honestly, it's so impressive to see. Especially from someone like myself who just likes to catch and shoot. I've got no chance at footwork like Charlie. So Holly Bryan back into the game as Lucy Threlfall will head to the bench. And Charlie's going to be shooting 2. First one's no good. having a really strong season in WNBL as well as Charlie this year. Play with a really exciting future. Can't get the second one to drop. So still 38-30, Mystics lead. 4 minutes 48 to go in the third quarter. Lindsay hands off to James. Palmer gets it, and it's just going to spin in and out. Levitt's there for the rebound, bit too strong. Rebecca Bellis with, I mean, we don't have rebounding stats, but that's a lot of rebounds for Rebecca Bellis this game. Gets it back, Charlie Rowe swings it round. Oh, brilliant pass inside to Holly Bryan. Gives the Mystics a 10-point lead. Bryan's first points of the game. Levitt's doubled. Clayton has to swing it out. Pressure's on. Kelshaw and Rowe on the break again. Kelshaw to Rowe. Rowe puts it up. Oh, just a bit too short. Kelshaw manages to get the rebound and keep it inside. What a play from Niamh Kelshaw. Bryan to Bellis. She steps round Levitt, and Rowe is there. Puts it up. 19 points in the game for Charlie Rowe. And we're only in the third quarter. 42-30, Mystics lead. James is going to try the three for Derbyshire. No good. Rowe again on the break against Clayton. Steps through, takes the contact, can't get that one to finish. Levitt passes outside. Lindsay swings it round to Clayton. Pass inside to Levitt. Bellis is there just putting the pressure on again, and Rebecca Bellis just altering that shot, just making it really hard to get a clean look at the basket. So Caitlin Doohan's going to come into the game from Manchester. Niamh Kelshaw heads to the bench as we're going to have a timeout. So 42-30, Mystics lead. 3 minutes 17 to go in the third quarter. Charlie Rowe just having herself a game at 19 points so far. She had 18 a couple of weeks ago against the Hatters. A really impressive defensive performance from the Mystics. They're really putting so much pressure on Derbyshire, making it hard to get a shot off as well. Derbyshire were just 3 points in this quarter. And especially after being 10 down in the first quarter, Mystics will be really pleased with their performance. And they'll want to finish the last couple of games of the season on a high, want to finish strong, solidify that second spot. Nobody's going to be able to catch up with the Stockport Lapwings, who are currently in first place. So teams coming back onto the court. Just 3 minutes 17 to go in the third quarter. And a big thank you to Rem, my camerawoman, doing a fantastic job on the camera today, as always. So it's going to be a Mystics end-line ball. Doohan inbounds, hands it over to Rowe. Swings it round, Doohan gets it. Back over to Lindsay, she's going to try the three. That one is no good. And a nice bit of boxing out from Helena Palmer on that play. Shy swings it round. Rowe steals it. Rowe all alone, going all the way. Charlie Rowe, 21 points, takes the Mystics to a 14-point lead. Charlie Rowe is something else. Lindsay to Levitt. She's guarded by Bellis. Swings it round Lindsay. Driving baseline, puts a shot up, doesn't fall, and Mystics going to get it back. Holly Bryan over to Rebecca Bellis. Bryan to Doohan. Swings it round, Lindsay puts up the shot, that one doesn't go. Into the hands of Bryan again, so Bryan with a putback. 4 points for Holly Bryan. 46-30, Mystics lead. Just over 2 minutes to go in the third quarter, and Mystics are going to force another turnover. So Rachel Sykes back into the game for the Diamonds, and Helena Palmer going to head to the bench. Rowe inside to Bellis, swings it around to Doohan. Rowe's there. Bashai's all over Rowe. Gets it back. Bryan in the corner. Got 8 on the shot clock. Lindsay to Rowe. Rowe puts up the 3, and that one's not going to go. But Lindsay grabs the rebound inside to Rowe. Oh, brilliant pass inside to Bellis. Just a volleyball touch, that one, to get it back inside to Bellis. 48-30, Mystics lead. Lindsay over to Bashai. Inside to Levitt under the basket, and that's going to be a foul on the shot, so she's going to be shooting 2. So Charlie Rowe's going to take a very well deserved rest after her 21-point performance so far. So Levitt misses the first. Nails the second one, takes Derbyshire to 31. So 1:20 to go in the third quarter. Mystics really opened up the game in this third quarter, taking a 17-point lead so far. Doohan. She drives, pulls back. Bryan puts it up, and she's going to head to the line. And Holly Bryan, a player that played for the Mystics in the WBBL a couple of years ago, so she's got WBBL experience, and you can't underestimate how valuable that is when you can play against players at such a high level as Holly nails the first one. And the second one just drops in as she goes 2 for 2 from the line. Gives the Mystics a 19-point lead. It's been a really strong third quarter. They've held Derbyshire to just 4 points in this quarter so far. Lindsay's doubled. You can see the pressure defence that the Mystics are putting on each possession. Pass is just a bit too strong on that one for Derbyshire, so it's going to go back the way of the Mystics. So last minute to go in the third quarter. Lindsay over to Bryan. Toland. She's going to step inside. Nope, hands it out. Lindsay's there. 8 on the shot clock. Bryan against Levitt. Passes out. Toland. 3 to shoot. Stops. Pulls up. No good. And that's going to be back with the Diamonds. Levitt gets the rebound. And look at it. Full court defence from the Mystics. I think we have a problem with the clock. Table just talking things over with the referee to smooth things over. Not sure what the issue was there, but it's going to be Derbyshire ball with 19.3 on the clock in the third quarter. Lindsay. Bashai swings it round to Bentall. She puts up a shot. That's not going to go. Still 7 seconds to shoot, and the Mystics have got the ball. 5. Bryan driving. 3, 2. Steps through. Holly Bryan. Oh, can't get that one to drop just as time expires in the third. And that will do it for the third quarter. 50-31 as the Mystics take a 19-point lead heading into the fourth. A really, really strong performance from the Mystics here, holding Derbyshire to only 4 points that quarter, and they've just been led by just a huge team effort. Charlie Rowe with 21 points, Rebecca Bellis just getting in the way defensively and really pressuring the shots. Everyone getting involved. Holly Bryan being under the basket, finding herself in the right place and just able to put those putbacks in, get the rebound, put it back in. So Derbyshire going to need to start the fourth as they came out in the first quarter. Probably going to want to try and they look to be trying to work the ball inside a lot, especially with the mismatch that they have going with Charlie Levitt. Maybe we need to try and drop in some threes, cut into the lead a little bit. 19-point deficit is tough, but it's not impossible. And like we say, 10 minutes is a long time in basketball. Lots can happen in 10 minutes, but they're going to need to come out strong in the quarter, just so the Mystics don't get too far ahead. So teams back on court for the final quarter. Second to last home game for the Mystics in the regular season. And of course we have the playoffs. So it's going to be Diamond's ball to start. Bentel with the inbound. Levitt, nice pass inside. Can't get that one to drop. Bellis gets the rebound again, because that's what she's doing. Rebecca Bellis is getting rebounds. Ball swings it around. Threlfall puts it up. Deep three, but doesn't go. Into the hands of Bashai. And Derbyshire get another chance at the offense. This is just really closing down on the Diamonds every time. Even when they're trying to get out to the shot, they're just there. They're just all over them. Except that time. As Scarlett Bashai is left open and nails a long jumper. That's the commentator's curse. So, Duhan. Got it by Bashai. Inside to Bellis. Nearly knocked away by Lindsay. Bellis. To Duhan. Ball's knocked out of bounds. It's going to be end line ball. Mystics with 9 to shoot. Threlfall guarded by Lindsay. 6 on the shot clock. Hands it off. Bellis. She's going to put up the 3, and it's not going to hit. Looked like it was on target, that one. So it's going to go out of bounds and back with the Diamonds. 50-33 with 8:48 to go in the fourth quarter. Levitt spins, puts it off the glass, and that's going to be a foul call on the shot, so she's going to head to the line. And Mystics have done a really good job working against Charlie Levitt. Obviously quite a height mismatch against some of the Mystics players. No one that can match her height. But they've really done a good job inside, making her work for those points that she's getting today. As she hits the second free throw. So 50-35 Mystics lead. Kelshaw to Bellis. Duhan. Threlfall gets it. Duhan gets it back. 7 on the shot clock. Driving inside, step through, and what a move to get to the basket. Euro stepping her way in. And Mystics again with the turnover. I was going to say, I don't think possession counts if you if you grab it with your feet, but it's going to be a jump ball, so it's going to go with the Mystics. Duhan over to Toland. Drives baseline. Nearly gets that to drop, but it doesn't go. But she's going to head to the line. Lilia Toland with a tough shot. So Holly Bryan and Charlie Rowe back into the game. Caitlin Duhan and Rebecca Bellis going to head to the bench for the Mystics. So Lilia Toland shooting 2. She's shooting 73% from the line so far in WEABL play this season, averaging 8.8 points per game. First shot doesn't fall. Second one, no good either. But nope, Derbyshire get that rebound. Lindsay's coming back, so Derbyshire need to get some points on the board to cut into this lead. Lindsay swings it round to Fisher. Fisher throw falls all over her. Palmer underneath, manages to get that one to lay in, and that was really tough basket from Helena Palmer. 52-37. Leads down to 15. Rowe steps back, puts up the three, doesn't get that one to drop, and Derbyshire coming back. Bentel over to Lindsay. Inside to Palmer. Oh, nice pass just through the hands of Bashai. As Toland's going on the break, she's going to go all the way and drops it in. Lilia Toland with a fantastic play in transition. The Mystics still putting on this pressure defence. You can see they've doubled and just again forced another turnover. Threlfall drives. Rowe manages to get the rebound on that one and keeps it alive. Kelshaw to Threlfall. Toland comes up against two Derbyshire players, and she's going to go to the line as a foul on that shot. So Toland back at the line for two. First shot's no good. And second one is. So 1 or 2 from the line for Lilia Toland. Kendall James getting ready to come back in the game for Derbyshire. And Rebecca Bellis in for Lilia Toland. Bensall. Brian's on her. Pass again, just knocked away. So the Mystics come with it. Rowe again on the break. Can she keep control of it? Yes, she can, and she drops that one in. Charlie Rowe with 23 points in the game. Nearly steals it away from that one on James. James is open, she'll take the shot and she'll drop that one in. 2 points for the Diamonds. 56-39, Mystics lead with just over 5.5 minutes to go in the fourth quarter. Kelshaw to Brian. Swings it round to Kelshaw. Over to Brian, 7 to shoot. Bellis. Kelshaw gets it back, 3, needs to get something up. She's driving, goes all the way and puts it in at the buzzer. Neve Kelshaw with the tough basket, gets the layup to drop. Takes the Mystics to a 20-point lead. So inside, oh, nice bucket from Scarlett Bishai. Road to Kelshaw. Threlfall, got it by James. Mystics doing a really good job of moving the ball around the perimeter and then driving when they see the opening. So just knocked out there by the Diamonds. 8 on the shot clock with Rowe to inbound. Over to Threlfall. She's going to put up the 3. That is going to hit, and that's nothing but net, or boneless, as our Bosnian friends will call it. (62-41) Mystics lead. And Mystics down 10 in the first quarter quite early on, have done an absolutely fantastic job of coming back into it and taking a really commanding lead here in the fourth as Rose at the line. She hits the first. And the second is good. 25 points for Charlie Rowe in today's game. James gets it inside. Bashai, I think Belly's got a hand on that one. And she's come up with it. Rowe passes out. Kelshaw. Bellis is there, sorry. Swings it round. Kelshaw. Shots up. And that one's no good. Holly Bryan gets a rebound. Another 14 for the Mystics. Bellis puts up a 3. That one doesn't go. Charlie Rowe, probably the smallest player on the court, just leaps in and grabs the rebound there. Threlfall puts it in, and that was a really tough basket from Lucy Threlfall. Banks it in. 66-41. 3:39 to go in the fourth quarter. James over to Palmer, who's guarded by Threlfall. Inside. Bentall steps through. Can she get it in? Just a bit too strong off the glass, but Palmer's there for the putback, and she's going to head to the line for a chance at a 3-point play. So substitution. Niamh Kelshaw is going to head to the bench for the Mystics as Scarlett Lindsay comes back in. Extra free throws no good, so Mystics get the ball. Rowe over to Lindsay. Bryan. Rowe. Long two. And Charlie Rowe hits. 27 now for Charlie Rowe. Just a foot back and they're in a 3 on that one. Really long two. 68-43. Mystics with a really commanding lead here with just under 3 minutes to go in the fourth quarter. Bashai spins, drives baseline, kicks it down. And Jodie Fisher is going to get fouled on that shot. So Ellis Clayton heading back in for the Diamonds. And Lucy Bentall going to the bench. First free throw is good. Takes Diamonds to 44. And second one's just too short, but she'll get the rebound. So another 14 for the Diamonds. Palmer gets it inside, working against Bryan and Bellis. Can't get that one to drop. Rose spins, passes over, and that one doesn't go for Lindsay. Nice pass inside to James, who just banks it off the glass and in. Now we've got a timeout, Mystics. So 2 minutes 10 to go. 68-46. Mystics lead behind 27 points from Charlie Rowe, which is fantastic. There's no other words for it. It's fantastic. 27 points from Charlie Rowe. Rebecca Bellis doing an amazing job on the board and defensively. In fact, the whole Mystics team just putting some really strong pressure defense on. Everybody on the team is a problem on defense for a lot of the teams in Division 2. The Mystics just have this hard-nosed way about them that they're gonna stop you, and they're gonna pressure on. They're gonna make, if you're gonna shoot and you're gonna make baskets, they're gonna make it as hard as possible for you to do. Which is it's a great philosophy. It's a winning philosophy. And especially after a tough game yesterday for the Mystics, a loss to Sheffield, they're going to be really pleased with their performance today. especially on the second night of a doubleheader. So just over 2 minutes to go. Mystics with a 24-point lead. Duhan. Lindsay gets it. She swings it around to Threlfall. Duhan hands off to Brian. Brian drives inside against Palmer, and that shot's not going to go. Fisher with the ball, trying to find someone open. Bashai, she's guarded by Bellis. Swings it round, Clayton gets it, drives baseline, puts up the shot. Someone's definitely got a hand on that one. But Derbyshire able to get their own rebound. Shot is up, long two's no good. Threlfall with the rebound for the Mystics, second away with it. Duhan's on the break. Swings it round, Threlfall. Three is up, and that is just a bit too short. Brian gets the rebound, just snatches it out of the air. Pass inside to Duhan, and that's going to be off the hands of the Mystics, so back with Derbyshire. As Derbyshire want a timeout with 1:07 to go. Mystics with a 22-point lead. So Mystics are next back in action next Sunday the 13th against Tees Valley, the last game of the regular season at 5 o'clock. We'll be here, we'll be bringing you that live, and then they'll be getting ready for the playoffs. So after a loss to the Sheffield Hatters yesterday, 82-59, Mystics having a really, really strong game today. And if anyone gets the chance to watch that Sheffield team in action, they were here a couple of weeks ago. A really, really impressive team, just made up of GB legends, just basketball legends, Sheffield legends, fantastic players, and a really, really exciting team to watch. You can tell when players have played together for a long time. So anyone gets the chance to catch the D2 Hatters in action, make sure you get down and watch them. And Mystics, especially with just a three-person bench, have done a great job today as well. Bit of a shorter bench than usual, but they've not let that phase them at all. So just over a minute to go. 68-46 is the score, and Derbyshire will inbound. Bashai puts up the shot, that's no good. Threlfall gets the rebound, and into the last minute, Lindsay to Tolan. Tolan looked like she maybe wasn't expecting that one. Oh, pass inside to Duhan, it's just knocked away. End line, Mystics ball. Duhan's pass is broken up, but it's going to be a jump ball, and that's with the Diamonds. Timeout, Derbyshire. And you know, sometimes people wonder why you're 22 points down, just under a minute to go. You take a timeout, but it's always a really good opportunity to get to practice some of the plays. If it was a late game situation, say you're down 2 in that final minute of the game, it's a really good opportunity to get some practice in a real game situation, because you can practice them as much as you want in practice, but against a team in a live environment, it's a totally different thing. So a lot of coaches will use that as an opportunity to run some plays, run something that they want to try and do, see how it works. So, Mystics 22 points up, 47.5 to go. Charlie Rowe leading the way with 27 points in today's game. And an incredible all-round impressive team performance from the Mystics. So Clayton's going to inbound for the Diamonds. Over to Bashai. drives, scoop, layup, can't go. Rebounds there, and that'll take them to 48. Duhan to Brian. To Threlfall. She hands it back off to Duhan. The Mystics doing a really good job with the ball movement, taking care of the ball today as well after the first quarter. Shot is up and nothing but net on that one for Lucy Threlfall. Takes the Mystics to 70 with the long two. 14 seconds to go. Derbyshire with the last possession. 70-48 Mystics lead. And ball is just knocked away. Can't keep in bounds. We've got 7.5 on the clock. So Duhan's going to dribble it out for the Mystics. And that's going to do it for today's game. Mystics will take the win. 70-48 behind 27 points from Charlie Rowe. What an incredible performance from the Mystics. They were down 10 early on in the first quarter, came back, able to reach a 24-point lead at one point in the game. Really strong performance all around. Super impressed with Rebecca Bellis and her defence, and the defence from the team all round. Derbyshire took a quick lead in the first quarter, just not able to counter that Mystics defence. But they're a team with a lot of strong players on this Diamond squad, so they've got one game I think left, so they're going to want to finish strong. Yet one home game left against Nottingham on the 13th. They're going to want to finish their season strong. So if you're down in Derbyshire, if you're down there, make sure you go and watch them in their last home game against Nottingham. So 70-48 to the Mystics. We'll be back here next Sunday at 5 p.m. against Tees Valley. Thank you very much for joining us, and make sure to follow the Manchester Mystics and Magic Basketball Club on Twitter and Instagram for all the updates on the team. We will see you next time.